Good day to everyone. Myself Thirugnanaselvi. I have completed my bachelor degree in nursing and I am working as a nursing tutor in ES College of Nursing under the Department of Community Health. Today I am going to talk about occupational health hazards. Let's move on to the topic. Introduction. Occupational health. A field is focused on protecting and promoting the physical, mental and social well-being of workers in all occupations. Then occupational hazard means something that can cause harm if it is not in a control. So we will move on to the types of occupational health hazards, which includes physical hazards, chemical hazards, biological hazards, mechanical hazards and psychological hazards. So we will see one by one what it is. So first one is physical hazards, which includes heat and cold, light, noise, vibration, ultraviolet radiation and ionizing radiation. So first we will see about heat. Heat stroke occurs when the body temperature rises above 104 degree Fahrenheit, that is 40 degree Celsius. So which can cause the health hazards of heat cramps, heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So here we have the difference between the heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So in heat extraction victim, so first we will see about heat. Heat stroke occurs when the body temperature rises above 104 degree Fahrenheit, that is 40 degree Celsius, which can cause the health hazards of heat cramps, heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So here we have the heat extraction. So first we will see about heat. Heat stroke occurs when body temperature rises above 104 degree Fahrenheit, that is 40 degree Celsius. So which can cause the health hazards of heat cramps, heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So here we have the differentiation between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Heat extraction, the victim may experience heavy sweating, cold, pale or clammy skin, fast, weak pulse, muscle cramps, tiredness, fainting, nausea, headache and dizziness. Whereas in heat stroke, a victim may experience high body temperature, hot, dry or a damp skin, fast, strong pulse, confusion, losing consciousness, nausea, headache and dizziness. So next we will see about cold. So normal body temperature. So next we will move on to cold. That is hypothermia. Body temperature drops below 95 degree Fahrenheit. Normal temperature is 98.6 Fahrenheit in Celsius, that is below 35 degrees Celsius. So the early symptoms, which includes uncontrollable shivering, exhaustion, confusion, poor balance, that is stumbling, slow or slurred speech and drowsiness. Next we will see about cold. So the body temperature drops below 95 degree Fahrenheit. The normal body temperature is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit in a Celsius, which is. So next we will move on to cold. That is hypothermia. The body temperature drops below 95 degree Fahrenheit in Celsius, that is below 35 degrees Celsius. So the normal body temperature is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. The early symptoms, which includes uncontrollable shivering, exhaustion, confusion, poor balance, that is stumbling, slow and slurred speech, drowsiness. And prolonged exposure to the cold can cause chilblains, which means small itchy red or purple swelling in the skin, and erythrocyanosis, reddish blue discoloration of the skin, immersion of foot, frostbite as a result of cutaneous vasoconstriction and general hypothermia. So next we will see the light. So the acute effects of poor illuminations are eye strain, headache, eye pain, lacrimation, congestion around the cornea, eye fatigue. The chronic effects on the health include Meniere's nystagmus, that is rapid involuntary eye movements, which includes poor visions and dread of light. So next we will move on to noise. Noise includes auditory effects, temporary or permanent hearing loss it may be, and non-auditory effects includes nervousness, fatigue, interference with the communication by speech, decreased efficiency and annoyance. So next we will move on to vibration. Exposure to vibration may also produce injuries of joints of the hands, elbows and shoulders. So the next one is ultraviolet radiations. Under the ultraviolet radiations, a person may develop with a conjunctivitis and keratitis. Conjunctivitis, otherwise known as pink eye, and keratitis, that is Welder's flash. Next we will move on to ionizing radiation. The radiation hazards comprises genetic changes, malformation, cancer, leukemia, depilation, that is removal of the skin from the skin, Next we will move on to vibration. Exposure to vibration may also produce injuries of the joints of hands, elbows and shoulders. Next one is ultraviolet radiation. A person may experience with the conjunctivitis, that is inflammation of the conjunctiva, otherwise known as pink eye. Next one is keratitis, that is inflammation of the cornea, otherwise known as Welder's flash. Next we will see the ionizing radiation. So the radiation hazards comprises genetic changes, malformation, cancer, leukemia, depilation. Depilation means removal of hair from the skin surface, ulceration and sterility. So the the International Commission of Radiological Protection has set the maximum permissible level of occupational exposure at 5 rem per year to the whole body. So next one is chemical hazards. So under the chemical hazards we have local action, ingestion and inhalation. So under the local action, the victim may experience dermatitis, eczema, ulcers and cancer by primary irritant action. So next we will move on to chemical hazards. So chemical hazards which includes local action, ingestion and inhalation. Local action, a victim may experience dermatitis, eczema, ulcers and cancer by primary irritant action. And next one is ingestion. Occupational diseases may also result from the ingestion of chemical substances such as lead, mercury, arsenic, zinc, chromium, cadmium and phosphorus, etc. So next one is inhalation. So inhalation particles includes dust, gases and metals and other components. So next we will move on to chemical hazards. Chemical hazards includes local action, ingestion and inhalation. Local action, the victim may experiencing dermatitis, eczema, ulcers and cancer by primary irritant action. Next one is ingestion. Occupational diseases may also result from ingestion of chemical substances such as lead, mercury, arsenic, zinc, chromium, cadmium, phosphorus, etc. So next one is inhalation. Inhalation of dust, gases, metals and their compounds. So next we will move on to biological hazards. Biological hazards which include bacteria, virus, fungi and parasites. So biological hazards can cause the health. So the biological hazards can causing the health impact which includes brucellosis, which is a bacterial infection by Brucella bacteria. The next one is leptospirosis. It is a bacterial infection caused by Leptospira bacteria. So the next one is anthrax caused by Bacillus anthracis bacterium. And next one is hydatidosis, which is a parasitic infection caused by a tapeworm genus. And next one is tetanus, which is caused by bacteria Clostridium tetani. And encephalitis, viral inflammation of the brain. And schistosomiasis, which is a parasitic disease by the flatworm. So along with this, A victim may have fungal infections also. So next we will move on to psychological hazards, which includes frustration, lack of job satisfaction, insecurity, poor human relationships and emotional tension. So in health hazards, we have man-to-man hazard and we have man-to-machine hazards. Thank you.